We're now joined by senior defensive end Josh Paschal from Kentucky. I'll ask Josh to make an opening statement, then we'll take your questions. Josh, as you head into the 2021 season, just talk about what you're looking forward to as the season approaches.
I'm looking forward to getting back to a normal season. I know last year we were blessed to be able to play a 10-game SEC season, and thanks to the SEC and Commissioner Sankey for allowing that to happen, for the ADs from each and every school for protecting their athletes and allowing us to get tested so much weekly and make sure that we're all in a safe bubble of some sort. And I'm just thankful to get back to regular season, to get back to full capacity with fans, to get back to a full schedule. And I just want to say thank you guys for allowing me to be here.
Thank you, Josh. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you. We're going to start right down here, Josh, second row here on our left with Bob.
Hey, Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. How you doing?
How you doing?
Coach Stoops has really brought a lot of stability to the program. He's second in seniority in the league behind Nick Saban. What do you think that means to you guys as players? And going to 5 straight bowl games, being part of that, well, at least 4 of those, I guess. What's that been like?
It just builds a lot of consistency throughout the program. Just knowing that your coach has been there since we've been here. This is my 5th year coming up, and he's been here for each and every year. He's been the main guy and the alpha in the facility, and so to keep that leadership on that team and to know that you're fighting for the same guy that you've been fighting for 5 years, that gives you a lot of confidence, and it gives the team confidence knowing that we have a coach that's standing by our side for Kentucky.
Okay, we've got a question right over here. Catherine? All right.
Hey, Josh, over here to your right, Adam, Kentucky Sports Radio. You've got a lot of seniors on defense, specifically in the secondary. Safety position has a lot of them. What are you seeing from some of those guys? And then do you see your defense as maybe playing a little bit smaller and getting in some sub-packages more than you have in the past because of that depth you all have in the secondary?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, shout out to KSR, but to say we have a lot of leadership opportunities on the defensive side of the ball. Something I've seen throughout this offseason is the leadership in Yusuf Corker and DeAndre Square, Marquand McCall, and myself, and just being able to lead this defense from all 3 different levels, from the linebacker position to the defensive back to the defensive line. And, we're just thankful to have the opportunity. And, of course, we have a lot of depth at the safety position, at the DP position as well. And I think we'll be able to get into some sub packages, but we'll see more this fall.
Josh, we're going to go over here on our left on the near aisle.
Hey, Josh Kendall from The Athletic. I realize the college football playoff expansion is a little too late for you guys at your stage of your career, but do you think it's a positive change for college football?
Yeah, I'm an old head, so unfortunately I won't be able to experience it, but I think it'll be a good change just because I think it'll bring a lot of competition to the stage, because you're going to have an expansion of that, so it's going to be more teams to get involved, and it won't be like if you're 5th in the country, then you're automatically out of it. So I think it'll bring a lot of competition.
Do you think it would have changed the way you and your teammates approached a season at Kentucky the last 4 years, changed the outlook on seasons?
I wouldn't think it would change the outlook, just because I know that we gave it our all each season, especially at Kentucky. We've been through a lot, not only in Kentucky football, but in our athletic program. We took a lot of losses in our athletic program, and especially with Coach Schlarman, and in the football program, and of course with Chris Oates. So something with playing lightly, that's something that we don't do. So I think we're all good with that.
And finally, some players have raised concerns about the number of games that it could potentially mean. Would you have any concerns about that from a length of season standpoint?
Of course, it would be a lot of games to get tacked on. Probably, 3? Probably. And, that would be a lot of games. But at the same time, if you want to be the champion, you have to do it. So I don't think that would really raise a concern to the people that actually gets into the playoff expansion. Mm-hmm. Thank you, though.
All right, Judge, we're going to go over here to the right side on the near aisle. Right.
Hey, Josh, Nick Roush, KSR. You all suffered a lot of loss last year. Do you reflect on that a lot, or do you try to put it in the rearview mirror? What kind of approach are you all taking to move forward in the 2021 season?
Well, shout out to KSR again, but with all of the losses that we did take, especially with Chris Oates and Coach Slarman, that's something that you don't really want to put in a rearview mirror because you want to keep them next to you. Those are two great guys and two great competitors. And I know Coach Slarman, he had the motto for the team. And Coach Slarman was always, that's what he stood on. He was going through the most difficult time of his life, but at the same time, he did it all for the team. He showed up to every practice. No matter what he was going through health-wise, he always put the team first. And that's something that we really want to keep next to us and keep on our mind.
Okay, I think we're going to get a microphone. We've got one all the way to the back there on the back right-hand side of the center section.
Hey, Josh, John Hill with the Courier-Journal. What have you seen from those other defensive linemen who are competing for that third spot on the line?
I'm seeing a lot of competition, and I feel like that's what's going to bring out the best in all three of those guys. I'm seeing guys putting in extra work, not only what's required, but time after that. I'm seeing guys getting film study, and really take that extra step that they needed to take. And, competition can bring out the best in you at times, and I feel like that's what's going on right now.
Okay, other questions, raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Oh, we've got one over here on the left. Edgar?
Yeah, hey, Josh. Edgar Thompson, the Orlando Sentinel. It's early, but what are your thoughts on how name, image, and likeness has been going, and how much of a discussion has that been among you guys as a team?
I think it's been pretty good so far. I know that we had a discussion as a team, just something brief, where we just said we want to make sure that our goal is our goal, that we have our common goal for the year, and that's not with name, image, and likeness. So to make sure that we're all on the same page as putting football first and separating the two. NIL can be your outside business, but when we're in a facility, we're focused on our goals, and we're focused on being the best Kentucky football team that we can be.
We have another question down here in front left. Tom?
Yeah, hey, Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. What do you guys need to do to compete in the SEC East for the title?
To say the least, we just have to execute. We put in the work this offseason, and we're going to continue to. During camp, we're going to continue to preach our goal, which is to get to Atlanta, and we're going to compete. And that's the thing that we have to do. We have the players, we have the talent, and now we just have to execute our goals and execute what we have to do.
Additional questions? We'll wait for a second. While Coach mentioned the personal adversity you've gone through, how have you been able to help your teammates through some of the adversity of the team based on your personal circumstances?
For me, I just try to be the light, because it could be a time or it could be a moment where a player could be going through something where all they can see is darkness, and you want to be able to shed a light to someone, and that's what I try to do. I try to bring the energy wherever I go. We could be running sprints and be dead tired, but you're going to see me smiling, you're going to see me having fun. That's something that I take personally, and I just want to be able to be the light to guys on the team.
All right, we'll go down here to our right in the front row.
Curtis Birch, UK Sports Network. A part of that has been a lot of speaking and going on a lot of TV. And what has been your favorite memory that you've gotten, maybe being able to spread some of that light and some of the cancer awareness that you were wanting to do?
I'll probably say I spoke at a decent amount of services, church services as well, and to be able to share my testimony, I feel like that's my favorite thing to do. And then, of course, I got to talk on the Today Show as well, and that was a great experience as well. I got to meet J-Lo, and that was a highlight, of course. But, yeah.
All right, any other additional questions? All right.
You said explain to J-Lo? Yeah. Okay, I'll set the scene for everybody, right? So I was in the outside of the dressing room, because it's all the famous people and the actual commentators right there. And so J-Lo keeps coming in and out. And so my mom, she keeps fangirling and everything. She loves J-Lo, and I'm like, all right, it's not that big of a deal. But in my mind, I'm thinking, it's J-Lo, it's J-Lo, it's J-Lo. I just keep seeing her. And so she's changing, because she's performing that day. And so she's changing, and she's coming back. And she's walking up the stairs. And I just look up, looking at the stairs, and I look up, and we make complete eye contact, and she winked at me. And I hope that wink was real, because I've been telling this story ever since it happened. But when I tell you I melted, I melted. Mm-hmm.
All right, it's hard to top that one, so we'll end there. Appreciate your time. All right, good luck this season.
Thank you guys for having me.